I set up this 29-gallon aquascape to breed blue Gularis Killifish. I put a pair of them in there and they did exhibit some breeding behavior. So after a few days of that, I moved them to another tank in hopes that they had left behind some viable eggs. Google indicates that it may take up to 6 weeks for blue Gularis Killifish eggs to hatch in water without an incubation period. So I've waited 6 weeks and I see no indication that there are fry in the tank. So after moving the pair to a 20-gallon at a friend's house, I want to clean up this scape and decide what to do with the tank. I added Salvinia minima and giant duckweed floating plants to the tank in hopes that would keep the algae down. The main type of algae that is at issue in this tank is diatom algae, and that's very easy to clean up. It's quite ephemeral, so it will come off plants and hardscape very easily. After cleaning up the tank, it basically looks pretty good. It certainly could use some more plants, but I've arranged the hardscape in such a way that there's lots of caves in between the rocks where my South American bumblebee catfish, either he can hide in there or I can insert his plastic hide where he usually remains most of the time. I've noticed lately that he hides in between slabs of hardscape elsewhere a lot of the time. But I didn't want to move his hide directly in here without first soaking it in alum solution for a couple of days, because in all likelihood there are Malaysian trumpet snail eggs attached to it, and I don't want to infest this tank with those as well. Here's a look at the cat's hide. It's wet because it's been soaking in alum solution. A few years ago I had an electric blue acara get stuck in it, so I had to cut it off with a hacksaw right here to release the fish and glue it back together, and it basically just makes it look more interesting. But the South American bumblebee catfish has remained in this probably more than 90% of the time over the past 7 years that I've had it. So since this is a favorite place for him, I want to make it available to him. If I decide to move him into the 29-gallon temporarily while I replace the 75-gallon tank. This is the 20-gallon tall tank at my friend's house, where I put the pair of blue Gularis Killifish. It's nicely planted, and local creek rock is aquarium safe, so they're quite happy in this tank with nearite snails, and perhaps in time they'll breed in this tank, and once we remove them they'll have left behind some viable eggs,